Alrighty, let's give this a try. Alrighty, so as a quick recap for those people watching and for those of you playing, so you remember what you guys were doing. You guys had traveled to the Dwarven city. the dwarven city of Dungalir, which had closed its gates and closed its borders to outsiders, cutting off the flow of ore and coal to the city of Bazazan, leading to some hardship for the people there, especially with the long and ongoing and seemingly endless winter. Had some trials and tribulations along the way, including an encounter with a magical bow that seemed to have possessed Sif, forcing her to attack Jinx. Thanks to a ruin spell from Bismarck, broke the bow, freeing Sif from that curse. When you arrived at the city, you found indeed the gates were closed with no opening mechanism from the outside. Ruth used a spell to basically flow through the small cracks in the door onto the other side, get the door open. But the city inside was empty, devoid of any life. You traveled in, Thagor leading the way, having a rough idea of how dwarven cities are laid out. Led you to the central market area, where it looks like a battle had taken place fairly recently. While you were kind of like looking things over, a couple of you noticed a strange shimmer in the air that belched forth these demonic worm creatures. Managed to dispatch them, at which point you noticed that shimmer had dissipated. But Bismarck recognized that as essentially a rift to the void. Something not good for certain. Checked out the bodies, found that the bodies had been felled by weapons. It looks like that the dwarves had turned on each other. You did find it that the bodies were missing their eyes, and Jinx's medical know-how indicated that the eyes weren't plucked out or gouged out. They were removed with a surgical precision. And weren't present, so they've been taken someplace, obviously. As you continue to scout through and overlook the market area, you found a young dwarf that was watching you. Upon questioning, he panicked at the idea that you had left the outside doors open. Went tearing off to close them. Came back, somewhat surprised to find you still there. But he led you deeper into the city. Again, no sign of life. Just periodically you would find corpses here and there, and this strange, sticky, tar-like material. He led you to an old smithy, in which there was about a dozen dwarves, the survivors of Dungalir. The person that seems to be in charge, this elderly dwarven woman, the young dwarf's grandmother, in fact, told you that outsiders weren't welcome, that the last time they allowed outsiders and traders in, one of them had caught the eye of the chieftain, young gal. And ever since she got her hooks into him, the nobility became darker, more corrupt, giving into their baser impulses, to the point where they were hunting the commoners for sport. The unfortunate thing is, in this particular society, the commoners are not warriors. They are bootmakers and, armor repair people and things of that nature. The warriors are the nobility, so The fact that only a dozen of them remain is not surprising since they're not fighters. But you guys did impress upon them that you were great and mighty demon slayers and would be willing to slay the demon that had apparently infested their city. At which point they're accepting. They're definitely willing to accept the help, but they are not optimistic. And I believe that's where we left off.
We didn't even negotiate a payment.
You have not yet negotiated a payment.
We'll send them. We'll invoice them.
There you go. So, what would you guys like to do?
I missed the tail end of the last session. Did we take a rest or no?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
The dwarves are definitely willing to put you up in, what little space they have.
Yeah, I could use my spells back.
I'm fine. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I have all my hit points. I just need spells.
Well, see, my concern, well, yeah, resting is good for sure, no question. We should rest, but however, unless I miss my guess, I believe there's one of the heralds of the void present in this particular keep, and that's not going to be a small matter for us to resolve, right?
Do you have any idea which one it might be? Is there a herald of the void that's a young lady with a demon cooch or something like that?
I'm not an expert on the heralds. I'm an astrologist, so I understand the stars and I understand the heralds. But that name, it started with an M. It's familiar. If this place has a library, maybe I could perhaps do some research.
The Deutsche said, we do have a library. I do not know what shape it's in, but we do have one.
But if there's a way for us to access that particular library, it's possible that I could get some more insight into which particular herald we're dealing with, which would make life potentially a whole lot easier.
We could, young Lovig there could escort you to the library.
What was that lady's name that corrupted your king? Moraine, more something.
Morodin.
Moreover, and names, it rings a bell. I'm just hoping that perhaps you may have a text that could refresh. I'm only 3, by the way. I'm new. It's hard to remember everything.
It doesn't get easier as you get older, just so you know.
But no, I suppose not.
Sadly, he's right. Do you have someone left who makes arrows?
Oh, we can scrounge up some arrows for you.
Are you out of arrows again?
I have 13 at the moment.
Oh, there's more than 13 things to shoot.
Yes, that's the problem.
You can take mine if you want.
You don't think you're going to be using them?
Not likely, no.
How many do you have?
20.
I will gladly take your arrows.
I remembered to restock mine when we went to town.
Yeah. Well, I restocked them when I went to town too, but sadly we haven't been to town in a while, and I've shot more than 7 times since then. I did manage to get some of them back.
I think we need to get you a second time.
We need to get me a Fletcher who just follows me around.
So the one of the dwarves kind of stands up and says like, "My name's Zoostrate, smith and general weapon repair, but I ain't following you around."
Well, while we're here, I would be quite happy.
All right,
Uh,
let's see if we can get to the library. Should we get Bismarck to the
Bismarck
library?
definitely should.
Well, I mean, and the more I have
right,
the
who's
opportunity
going
to
on
read,
first?
the more I can understand what our particular
All right.
foe is, and then maybe you will be more
A
efficient.
lot, as long as
and,
you stay still. not move.
Well,
It's very
maybe,
similar
yeah,
to a
you know,
raft.
it just will go a whole lot smoother. Maybe, no.
Oh, knowing what we're up against would definitely be a nice change.
Yeah, and if it takes you long enough to read, maybe Ruth can have a bit of a rest.
I think we should all probably have a bit of a rest.
Well, you're welcome to rest here before setting out if you wish. Otherwise, Love Egg is ready to go when you are.
A rest where one of us doesn't have to keep watch.
I can keep watching. It's fine.
We need to research.
We're going to rest in the library. But
Well, if the library is in any shape. Can demons read? Do you know if demons can read?
I would, depending on the demon, I suppose. But
They might not have any use for a library. That's all I'm saying.
I've made it very, very, very clear that I am not a demonologist by any stretch. I understand that is seems to be a weakness in my education, and I will see what I can do to fix that in the future. But as it stands, I can read, so I will try to learn what I can.
All right. Well, what do we think? Do we need to rest first, or are we ready to set up?
I'm okay to set out. Entirely up to you and the rest of you.
All right,
Whether you
Raj,
need to
if
eat
you
or sleep.
take 1,000
You
gold.
need
I
to
should be
do-
fine if we want to set out. I didn't
thought
use
you
that many
needed to do
spells.
research.
Well, I mean, I would think that we would set out to find the library to begin with, and when I do my
Everybody ready?
research, maybe you can put
Meet
food
you at
in
the bank.
your mouths and do the sleepy thing.
Yes, we do like to do the sleepy thing.
All right. Sounds like we're heading out.
Okay. So yeah. So this young dwarf. He looks like he's young enough that he doesn't have. He's got like stubble starting to come in, but he doesn't have an actual like dwarvish beard yet. So, Thago, you would take him as probably like 18, 19 at most.
Oh dear.
But he gets up and kind of like adjusts the straps on his leather armor. Says, "Right, library." Okay. He kind of like goes in, gives his grand like a hug and a kiss on the cheek. It's like, all right, let's head out. You see, he doesn't seem supremely confident, but still willing to go.
That sort of attitude will serve you well later in life.
I just hope there is a later in life.
I just hope all your books aren't made of stone tablets because they're very heavy and I'm very small.
No, tablets are made out of stone. Books are made out of paper.
Oh, excellent. That's what I'm used to. I haven't been to it. Yes. All right. Let's go.
Oh, sometimes they have metal covers. That's very nice.
True. Okay. All right. Follow me. And before he leaves, he kind of like opens the door just a little bit. And kind of like looks out both ways just in case. And then he kind of like, motions for you guys. You guys do notice that for a dwarf, especially, he's quite adept at moving silently. And as you exit the smithy, you look back, and again, there's that illusion over the outside. So it looks like there's no lights on inside. There's no smoke coming from the chimney. Nothing that would give away the fact that this place is in use. It's all covered over by this very simple but effective illusion.
Right, well, let's move along quickly.
All right.
Keep an eye out for those demony holes.
Sif will stick fairly close to Thagor.
And somebody roll me a d20.
14. Might as well start off with the number.
See, I wasn't going to do it because I didn't want to start out by cursing us. So
14 feels fairly ambiguous.
14 feels like the highest number you guys have rolled in a long while.
Exactly. I don't know what to do.
Right. So you guys are making your way through the tunnels. He's not leading you back towards the center of the city, but down like some tunnels as opposed to streets or thoroughfares. Thagor would realize that basically instead of neighborhoods, dwarven cities are kind of built in chambers. So he would be taking you to a different chamber of the complex as opposed to back to the same one. But I will get everybody to give me a perception check.
Ooh, I'm good at perception. Or maybe I'm on the wrong character.
any boons or banes?
Your ranger one is already calculated in, so. Ooh, look at those rolls.
We know all and see all.
Goodbye, rolls.
Briefly, at least.
Until combat starts, and then we die horribly.
Yeah. That seems to be the way it goes. It's always the combat. It's the combat rolls that really get you guys. So as you're making your way through the tunnel, and it is dark. There is no natural light whatsoever.
No light, no problem.
Need light, right?
Well, you may, and Sif probably does.
I do what?
Need light.
Let's make some
Yes.
light.
Yes.
Bismarck stops for a second, mutters some arcane words, and light kind of suffuses the area. It's like about 5 yards around you, so not a lot of light, but it's enough.
More than we had a minute ago.
It is more than, and for a brief minute, everybody kind of like their eyes, it takes that moment or two to adjust from pitch black darkness to the light. But all of you, as you look at, you see tracks through some of the debris on the tunnel floor. They look humanish. No, they're not booted. They're bare feet, about the size of a human. Like, who got a 20 or better?
I got a 20.
So Ruth, you can tell that these tracks, they're human-sized feet, but they have like kind of elongated toes and then like clawed nails at the end of them.
Demon.
Troglodytes.
Troglodytes.
And Little Big kind of says back, he said, without us being here, the troglodytes have started moving into some of the tunnels.
Those bastards.
We're not a big fan of troglodytes. It makes the dwarf angry.
It's understandable. They're nasty beasts, that's for sure.
Let's press on then.
And on we press.
Back here. Getting a map.
Let's not get rash.
Maps never bode well.
It's a matter of getting the map and then making sure that I turn Bismarck's light on.
That's a very small light. I mean, it's level 0, so. That's better.
Much better, at least so far.
So you guys are making your way through these tunnels, and literally the only light is the little bit that's coming from Bismarck. And every once in a while, you think like it sounds like a a rock falling or something fairly large kind of moving across the ceiling. When you look up, it looks like there's just like fairly large but natural cave dwelling beast. Like you see a centipede that's easily the length of like Sif's body.
Ew.
Scuttering along. Paying no attention at all to you. It looks like they're just going about their own ecological life.
Just a small one.
Just a small one. And then from around one of the corners up ahead, Thagor, I assume you're probably in the lead.
Sure.
You see the pale, milky white skin of a troglodyte just kind of like looking around the corner. Kind of like its eyes, it's like shielding its eyes from the light.
Troglodytes!
All right, well,
Charge!
there he goes. All right.
Well, we're getting into initiative. You're back.
For the rest of you that have never actually seen a troglodyte before, um, human sized, walks with a, it's got like a slightly like hunched over countenance to it, long, stringy, pale white hair, pale white flesh, yellowish eyes that seem to reflect the light like a cat's do. And it is carrying a pick.
Just the one of them?
Well, there was one that kind of like peeked its head out from like around the bend in the tunnel. But Thagor spotted it, and now we're waiting to see what happens. So everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
I think I'll be slow this time.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I assume Thagor's going slow so he can move up and kill the troglodyte.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are all up first.
Well, I might as well make some room. Ah, good. There's more.
Anyone see where he went?
He just took off running into the darkness.
Yeah.
Oh,
Finally get to use my troglodyte killing boon.
That is most assuredly a hit.
Okay. The troglodyte hit me?
Oh, nope, sorry.
Ah, that's good. We're into combat. It's time to throw away the rolls.
here we go.
10 is still a hit on a troglodyte.
Awesome. We might have a chance. $23 damage.
So with a mighty blow from the hammer, you just cave in the skull of this troglodyte.
Well done.
So in the darkness, you guys just hear like this like dwarvish battle cry and a thud, and then like a squickier thud of something hitting the ground.
Come get some, you dirty troglodyte bastards.
The rest of you are up.
I suppose we should go see what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I can't see anybody, so I will just wait. I guess actually I have a thing I can do. I will cast light on Thagor's shield. When he runs off, we might be able to see him.
Okay.
All right.
I'll follow along. I'll see if I can find him. I can see in
If
the
your
dark.
if your light's 5 yards, you should be able to see that one, shouldn't you?
Nope, because of the outcropping.
Oh.
Wait, I get shadow sight.
Yep, so you can see into dim areas as if they were well lit.
And does this count?
Yep, what you can see on the map is what you can see.
How do I turn the ruler off?
Click the square at the top.
Just have to click back on the other thing.
I've still got a little movement left. That's my movement, but I don't see anything that remotely resembles what Thagor has always described troglodytes as being. So,
There is a dead one at his feet.
well, I don't see any live ones.
Because we can't see nothing.
The dead one looks decidedly smushed.
Yeah. Very, very smushed.
Emphatically smushed?
Emphatically smushed.
How about that?
All right. Nothing else from anybody?
Not yet.
Oh, this bottle's got a neck.
So this one is going to attack Thagor. A 13.
Nope.
It is the end of the round. Everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
Is that Jinx? It is. Jinx, we're killing troglodytes.
Oh, you must be so happy.
He's giddy.
The time has come.
He not only hit on his first shot, he one-shotted him with like 24 points of damage.
Congratulations on your live stream.
Thagor is finally in his element.
It's true.
All right, we have Bismarck, Ruth, and Thagor on fast actions.
Go get them, guys.
Do you guys want to shoot this one first, where it's probably in your sight?
Yeah, I'll shoot a little crossbow bolt at one of them. I guess the one in front, because that's the one I can see. Let's see if I can roll as well as Thagor.
Hopefully better.
I mean, you rolled a 10, so.
All right, so yeah, your crossbow bolt finds a home buried deep in the troglodyte.
I'm not doing very good for damage, though.
So yeah, so the crossbow bolt sinks into it and it just kind of like reaches up with the hand and kind of like pulls it out and tosses it aside.
3 damage instead of 24.
Bismarck and Thagor.
All right.
Go get him.
Oh, 9.
A 9 just misses.
Good. Yep, that's what I wanted. Good old
Well-
3 on the D20.
You should have another. Oh no, you counted in your troglodyte, Boone?
Yep.
Okay. I was trying to find you something else there.
I appreciate it. I really do.
Okay.
It's all right. We'll move on.
So yeah, I imagine like this like unreasoning hatred is just driving Thagor, causing him to swing relatively recklessly.
Mm-hmm.
Bismarck.
Well, if my friend doesn't like troglodytes, then neither do I. So,
Oof. An agility roll for half damage. Okay. First one.
This is a good spot for a lightning bolt.
It is. It's more of a cone, lightning cone.
So half damage.
That's fair.
So yeah, so the static electricity kind of builds up and builds up and builds up right in front of Bismarck, kind of like the Death Star getting ready to fire its big cannon, and then it fires off, and it almost drops the middle one and like shrieks in pain and wheels back. The one in front of it and the one behind it are like kind of dive for cover. It's a pretty impressive display of power.
Jeez.
That will bring us to Jinx and Sif.
So I suppose I should ask, what exactly are troglodytes?
Without Thagor's coloration, troglodytes are like a deep dwelling species. Some people say that at one point there were humans that were driven far beneath the earth and mutated. So they're kind of like they're more like Morlocks from the time machine, as opposed to
I was going to say chuds.
they're more human than Chuds are.
I mean,
Oh,
chuds
good.
were human.
Yeah.
But the big thing is they're not, in fact, the many-legged bug-looking things that prehistoric creatures that I'm thinking of.
No, they are not. They are human-ish.
Really, the only coloration they have is the coloration that Thagor has given them.
Yeah.
Other than that, they're ghastly pale, pale hair, pale skin, pale eyes.
Something dirty bastards.
And
Mm-hmm.
and their yellowish eyes is reflecting the light emanating from Thagor's shield and from Bismarck.
Most
Don't forget
coloration.
filthy.
Oh yes,
Filthy.
filthy.
Right. Sorry.
And the most coloration he's really given them is like bright splashes of red blood. So, yeah. Speaking of, Sif would like to knock an arrow and try to do that as well.
Okay.
The stabbing at a distance.
The stabbing at a distance. I'm guessing I don't get a boon down here.
No,
It's worth a try. Ooh,
that's it.
excellent. Yeah, 8 damage.
Okay, and
Not terrible.
you can either do another d6 damage or you can shoot a second one.
I will do. It doesn't seem to have fallen. Oh, it did fall.
Yep.
The second one's
I
really
will
wounded too.
Shoot the other one then. Oh no.
Oh no, that one like it kind of pulls back at the last minute, and it either pulls back or stumbles back as it's badly wounded from the lightning. But it gets out of the way of the arrow.
No problem.
That would bring us to Jinx.
All right. So looks like we've got just the one left.
One that you can see.
Gotcha. I think I have to move forward a little bit just so I'm in a slightly better position. But it looks like I've got plenty of room. And then I'm gonna do a shoot.
Okay.
Oh hey, I can see two. Oh yeah, I forgot I was that hurt. So I can actually see two in this line of sight. Is that still accurate?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
If there's, are they both attacked?
They were both hit by the lightning. The one in the middle took the brunt of it.
Okay. I'll shoot at the, I guess, the one that's the front and present threat.
Okay. That is a hit.
And I add 3d6 now to it. Because I roll with a boon because of my ability, and it stacks now.
It does. So you get your backstab and your dirty tricks and your trickery. So 3d6 on top of the 1d6. So
Another 9.
So as Sif drops one with her bow shot, she like fires at the other one. It kind of stumbles back out of the way, but it lines up perfectly with Jinx's shot, and she like takes it right in the throat, and it drops.
Good.
That's not injured. Ooh, that one is going to get a 24 on Dagor.
Sure.
For 8 damage with its pick.
Pick's a good weapon for an armored dwarf.
So yeah, the one that's injured from the lightning just kind of charges forward, and you can see like almost this like blood maddened, pain maddened look on its face as it drives that pick like deep into your not your shoulder, but like your upper arm, like right into the muscle there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pulls it out, licks the point of its pick, and smiles. Next round, everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
Something dirty troglodyte.
Yeah, I'm getting a better feeling about why he doesn't like them.
Frickin' dirty frickin'
Okay, you guys are all up first.
Let me clean this up a bit.
Yep.
Or at least wound him a bunch. Target's there.
Okay.
So 3 damage plus 3d6 plus 1. Or sorry, it's 3d6 plus 1.
That's going to be 9, 14.
Probably only hit these two, I imagine.
Yep. But yeah, the one that's the one that already took or the one that was moving forward, the bolts hit him and explode, just like rupture parts of him, like chunks of him fly off like along the walls, splattered the guy beside him. He weathered it, but barely.
All right, I'll see if I can chunk into this front guy.
I'll hit the second guy too, Acres.
Same thing.
Yep, got that.
Okay.
Ooh, and hit.
A hit for all of the damage.
Uh, 21.
Nice.
So yeah, as that one kind of turns around to like look at what happened behind it with this explosion, As it kind of turns back, Thagor's Warhammer is already moving to like meet his head as it comes back into a forward position, and just like drives it around backwards, and it collapses.
Yeah, right off one of these walls. Splat.
That will leave us with Ruth and Sif.
Go ahead, Sif. I'm just going to fire another crossbow.
I can't see anybody, so I'm moving. Ooh. Okay.
Now you can see them.
Now I can see them.
Oh, Ruth hits with another crossbow.
Do more than 1/3 damage. Hey, almost 1/2.
It's almost average damage.
So the crossbow like slams into the right in the sternum of that one, and it like kind of like lets out this snort like a charging bull would, and just like glares at Sif because she is between it and the person that shot it. Jinx is up.
All right. Oh, sorry, let me see if I can actually see what's going on and my character sheet. All right, I'll take a shot at the one that's still up.
Okay.
He's already been shot. He's got a good feel for it.
And 11 is a hit.
Wow. Okay.
He will die. His 1 hit point is not happy.
Okay, I won't roll my extra damage then.
You guys are really good at leaving things with 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Oh, Jinx, settle down. What are you doing? A little excessive.
Okay, the one remaining troglodyte. He is going to try to... crap. So the one remaining troglodyte, it kind of like pushes up against the stone in the shadows. And if it wasn't for the light from Bismarck's spells, you would probably lose sight of it as it like just kind of melds into the shadow. But not with a roll of a 4. It's not stealthing anywhere. Next round, you guys all go before it does.
Bismarck, you want to move up and get your light in a better spot?
No.
I will.
So I cast light on the dwarf.
Well done.
Oh. That's fair.
2.5 feet tall. No.
You could scamper up the walls with all your...
Come here, you Eric Northman looking
Right.
bastard.
He's way too short to be Eric.
Only 9 points.
No, if you scampered up the wall, it'd be like a ceiling light that moves along with us.
Yeah, Bismarck saw the size of the bugs on the ceiling.
That's true. That's entirely fair.
So Thagor kind of like pushes past, kneecaps it with his warhammer. It like yells out in pain, and just kind of like readies its pick to try to take apart a dwarf. And you guys, like, other than Thagor, are up.
I'm standing right there. I'll shoot it with my bow.
Okay.
I'm on slow though.
Y-
Are we all on slow?
It's on slow as well, so you guys all go before it
okay.
does.
Okay. In that case, I will move and then shoot. Just so I can try to get a better... Oh, come on, map. Okay, apparently does not want to move. There we go. Alrighty. So I'm going to try shooting it.
Mm. 23 will definitely hit.
Excellent. And I get the extra damage.
It
12
dies.
points. I would like to retrieve my arrows.
Yeah, you can retrieve half of what you fired. Same with the crossbow
Yep.
bolts.
All right, I'm doing that as well.
Yep. So yeah, troglodytes are definitely a thing in these tunnels. Looks like a small party, probably about half a dozen or so of them all together. Not a terribly dangerous threat, but Thagor, with your experience, you know that if troglodytes kind of get their blood up, as it were, they do tend to form much larger war parties. Basically, a domination through numbers as opposed to any sort of tactical ability.
Yeah. Where there's one, there's a dozen of the dirty bastards. I'll pull the war pick out of my armor and I'll hand it to the young dwarf.
Like, oh, how do I use one of these? Well, I suppose it's like a mining pick, right?
Pointy end, other man.
So like a mining pick.
Yep.
All right, I think I can do that. Never fought anything before.
Oh, yeah, I find a lot of things, and I'm only
They have
3.
gone to the
You're
islands.
clearly like 30 or something.
Yes.
So,
Well, the guards used to do that for us. They would protect us when the troglodytes came or anything else out of the tunnels.
yeah, it explains a great deal. Yeah, thank you. I'll write that down.
But I guess now we don't have guards.
It takes time, but you got to learn to stand on your own feet and fight for yourself.
Well, I mean, I thought it was just going to be like a smith's apprentice, maybe a full blown smith one day.
This will be much more exciting.
That's a noble goal. I originally started out as an academic, and look where I am.
Really?
So, apologies. Can I interject for just 1 second?
Sure.
Academic? You? What was it you were studying?
That's what I was wondering.
I'll have you know I am well educated in history and war. I read, write, and speak 2 languages.
So
Like that.
you're an academic in how to kill things.
That too.
Oh, yeah. That makes more
Let's
sense.
press on and
Sorry.
go to.
So
Let's press on and get to the library.
Read more languages than I do.
He's a well-educated dwarf.
More in Bismarck too, actually.
You're only 3, though.
That's true.
Plenty of
Yes,
time to get into
3.
Rosetta Stone later.
So you guys continue on your way through the tunnels of the dwarven mountain, until you do get to another cavern that opens up, several buildings in it. One of them is. Most of them look like they're residential. Again, no sign of any living being. But one of the buildings is larger than the others. Kind of more work has been put into it. It's more ornamented, if that's a word. Definitely the library. This and Loveg will tell you this is and he looks at Thagor's like, this is where our academics lived.
It looks pompous enough.
Well, I suppose.
Well, if we're lucky, then maybe some of your academics
guys
are
are
still
heavy.
alive and they're sheltered inside, and I'm sure there's good news right beyond that door.
I could use some good news. And again, before he kind of steps out into the more open area, he does kind of take a cautious look around just to see if there is anything.
I'll go first.
And everybody can give me a perception check.
No.
Dry land is not a
the
myth.
last time.
I've seen it.
And I'm gonna roll really bad when the thing's on the line. I haven't missed a roll yet.
So Ruth, Thagor, and Jinx, as you're making your way kind of across the quad, for lack of a better term, towards the library building, out of the corner of your eye, you see like a little ripple in the air. And then kind of across over to your left, you see another little ripple in the air. Very similar to those ripples you saw in the marketplace that kind of spat out those demonic worm creatures.
Yep. Everybody move it.
And then as you kind of take a second look, you actually see them kind of like wink out.
Not good.
But kind of like double time it across the square to the library, and it's got like big, like the doors are very big on like large doors for important things. They're grand halls, the main entrance to their city, and apparently their library. The doors have got to be 15 feet tall.
Well, it's a display of craftsmanship because you make the doors that big, but they open smoothly.
Yes. And the doors open without a problem and without a sound. And it is there's a little desk on the inside, and then behind that there are just like rows of shelves of books and scrolls and stone tablets. It's quite an impressive collection of knowledge.
Oh, well, the good news is if we don't die, then we may learn something here.
Jinx is looking around very because we're in the library. You said this is definitely of interest to Jinx because remember they grew up in a church or in a temple.
I don't suppose you read Dwarven.
No, I
suppose
only read Common, Hierarchaic, and Elvish.
Well, we'll see what we can find.
I haven't had many chances to study Dwarvish. Not all dwarves like goblins. I am grateful that you dislike troglodytes instead of goblins.
Even a dwarf only has so much hatred to go around.
Well, regardless, maybe we should investigate this particular place and see if maybe between Jinx and I we can
Is she
find
still here?
something that can
Would like to speak to her.
help us in this particular situation.
Right. To the stacks, then.
I'm going to have a nap while you're all reading and studying.
For Tegan's edification, what is it that we're looking for in here? since
We're
I missed
looking-
part of the discussion.
We're looking for information on Moradin, one of the heralds, we think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're doing basic library, so I will definitely. Shoot, I need to rest too.
Yeah, I need to refresh my spells.
How long of a break are we planning on taking? Because I definitely, like, I could definitely do some searching, and I will see what I can read. If there's things not dwarven, I'll be useful. But I definitely am still feeling this morning a bit.
Well, I think if you could help me find some books, then the rest of you could rest while I try to, study and see what I can see. And
That's the plan.
right, and I may need Dagor. I don't speak or read Dwarven, so I may need some assistance.
We'll see if we can find you something in common. But yeah, I'll read the Dwarven books.
All right. So is this perception or intellect for use library?
So just so everybody's aware, a rest in order to heal or to regain spells is a period of relative inactivity lasting at least 8 hours. But during that time, you can read, you can eat, you can meditate, you can play cards, you can do anything that's not strenuous.
So we'll find books first, and then we'll get everybody reading and rested.
Yeah. What exactly would you like to research?
Looks like we're looking for information about heralds, that one specific name if possible. Would we be looking for star conjunctions as well?
I was thinking maybe the Void.
Void as well. So guess who's a librarian in real life?
Cool.
Yeah, I think we're aiming for heralds, those constellations, the specific name Moradin.
We'll probably need tangent. Some of the stuff may be found in historical records that are dealing with periods of high conflict or high death rates. Like we're not like genealogies aren't going to be as interesting unless we have something cross-referenced, but heralds tend to have certain. They tend to be associated with certain local and global events, so that's probably going to be part of how we're going to find things if we don't see names.
Well, they've gone after the nobility here, so we could look into that.
And we have the we have the entire people murdering each other thing, which is similar to what we saw on the island.
And if we can find for Bismarck a general demonology text, that might help as well.
And I'm also going to put out there that unless dwarves keep the dwarves have a written library, which means they're not pure oral tradition, which means there is an archive index somehow, or there is some sort of index or catalog somewhere.
Yes, there is. The dwarves are very organized. So there is a method to their madness, and not all of the books are in Dwarven. Some of them are like tomes that have been collected from here and there. So some of them are in Elvish, some of them are in High Archaic, some of them are, a few of them are in Dark Speech. There is a variety. The ones that are in Dark Speech, incidentally, are like bound and chained and locked.
Right. So we'll stack them up by language, and then people can pick a stack they're good at.
Alrighty. Do any of the characters are any of the characters illiterate?
Yes, I am.
I'm checking.
That's why Sif is going to be sleeping. She speaks 2 languages, but she doesn't read any.
I have common, but and it says RWS, but R and W are grayed out.
Yep. So you speak common, but you neither read nor write.
Yeah, that
Oh,
tracks.
my bad. I can't actually read High Archaic, which I thought I could. I thought that's why I picked it up, but okay.
All right. So Ruth and Sif can, look at some of the pictures. So everybody will get a chance to rest, assuming you spend at least 8 hours here doing your research. So what is the first thing that you want to research? Not the how or whatever, but the what.
For Bismarck,
No.
it's going to be the name Morden because
It will be.
he recognized that last session.
Okay. Give me an intellect roll with a boon for the library.
While he's doing the roll, quick question. Can we use our recovery skill when we're not in combat?
That's generally meant for like a quick combat recovery, but
Okay.
If that's a herald, can I get one for astrology, or am I just reaching too much?
astrology wouldn't really apply to this information.
Okay.
So the 15, the name Morden, she is definitely one of the heralds of the void. One of the precursors to the end of the world. Her focus, for lack of a better term, she is referred to as the lady of coins and commerce. But in a like, they don't mean commerce like, hey, I've got some flour to sell. More like commerce like the dystopia that comes from rampant consumerism. Like everything kind of pushed to the extreme. So similar to greed or avarice.
Yeah, so she's greed.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense she should come here. Okay, that's my roll.
And with the 15 also, she's generally depicted as a multi-eyed, winged, multi-limbed monstrosity.
Of course she is.
Any helpful tips for slaying?
With the 15, let me see.
I like to spend momentum.
Yeah, wrong game.
I know.
You cannot spend momentum to obtain information.
You gotta hit her with wooden nickels.
It's so rare that I'm in a library and my character can't do anything.
Don't expect
Yes.
to find libraries in Conan.
That's not like you, Trev.
Yeah, neither's a new Conan character that you're game mastering.
But the only thing that you can really find is that demons have no physical form of their own. The form is kind of created when they come through the void, when they find a way to our world. And they are loath to go back to the void. So it generally requires like complete destruction of their physical form or very powerful magic to send them back.
Well, we have both.
Kill it till it dies of it. Gotcha.
Kill it till it dies.
But she herself does not seem to have any particular weaknesses or vulnerabilities.
But we've established this is a herald. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Well, not a good thing, but a thing.
What else would you like to research?
I guess someone give me what topics you want me to go at. Since one of you is more directing this.
My top two were demons and the void.
Right. And I think I was looking for. I think one thing we're talking about is we're looking to see if this has happened before. Or did I misunderstand that aspect?
I think that sounds like what you were trying to get at. Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking for sort of the historical precedent, how things have been dealt with beyond just, everyone dying, because clearly we're still around. So not everyone died.
Give me an intellect roll.
Any sort of boon because I grew up in a temple?
One for growing up in a temple and another one for being in the library.
Yes. 19?
Good roll. All right. So there are precedents to similar events before. There was a time long ago that the Doors recorded a winter without end that did eventually end, obviously. Times of great famine, times of strife. What draws Jix's attention is it's never been all of these things at the same time.
Oof. So that's a little bit worrying because that means a lot more is happening than in the past.
Correct.
Does the various signs and portents, do they tend to be connected? Some of them be connected more with one herald than another, or do they tend to be just a free for all?
No, they seem to have. Some scholars have basically drawn like lines, like this herald. When the stars are aligned in this way was the time of the unending winter. When the stars were aligned this way, was the war to end all wars, that sort of thing. So there are correlations between the way the stars are laid out, which i.e. when a herald is not present in the sky, and events on Earth.
I'll make sure to point out the astronomy stuff to our astronomer.
And yes, Bismarck, you can tell that this is very clearly like, the last time that the stars were configured in such a way so that one of the heralds was missing. Was when the winter happened. There's a very clear correlation, but it's never been all of them missing at the same time.
So it's not only bad, it's fucking bad.
Yes.
Good. Wouldn't want just a little badness.
That would be ridiculous.
So yeah, it is. Everything that you've found so far is essentially end of the world bad. What else would you like to research? I'm gonna assume that each thing that you're researching is going to take you a couple of hours, so you'll have a chance to research like 4 things, and that will count as your rest.
And we've used 2.
Yep.
Well, let's look for the next herald. Maybe something that deals with long winters or cold.
We might already have gotten all that, right?
You do not have the names of the other heralds. They are rarely, if ever, written down.
Oh, okay.
Names have power.
True names are hard to find, but some amount of information, maybe. Yeah, let's try to identify the other heralds.
Give me an intellect roll with a boon. So yes, you can find descriptions of them, but no names. It's almost like the scholars that were studying these things were loath to put them in names. There are descriptions and like nomenclature. So the the great beast or the horned serpent, that sort of thing, like general descriptors, but no actual names.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, we know how many there are, though, right?
There were, I believe there were 7. Yes, I think there's 7. You encountered one in the sewers underneath Bazilzan. There's one here in the Dwarven City. So there are 7. You've encountered at least one. You know there's another one here.
Did we destroy that one enough that it's vanished?
The one in the sewers, yes.
Yeah, the stars came back to the constellation.
That's actually kind of exciting.
And Bismarck, you do find references to a noble family that apparently several of these books are from their collection. The family's name is Benharu. Benharu.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Well,
Is it a good connection or a bad connection?
These books were part of their family collection, so either they were scholars or they were collecting books on demonology or they were cultists. You have no idea.
Does the name sound familiar to our heraldry specialist?
It might. He can make a roll.
I would make a roll.
somebody
Wait, I have
said-
heraldry. It's the best skill of the game.
Okay.
That's why I brought it up.
Thank you.
$27.
I know heraldry.
You do.
Ooh, I guess you.
Yes, the Benharu family is a long line of call them petty despots that live in an area called the Desolation, which is a desert area. Pretty. Let me find my map.
So they're not local then.
They are not local.
That's good to know.
The Desolation would be.
Fair bet.
Far to the north of you. Far, far to the north of you. Like several months north at least.
Ooh, okay.
But from what you know, they were renowned collectors of oddities and esoteric knowledge and all of that. Their family birthed some fairly powerful mages over the course of the centuries that they've been around. So they're known to be the sort of people that would collect things of this nature and be knowledgeable in these subjects.
Okay.
Okay.
And actually, with a 27, the line continues to this day. So there is currently a Benharu in the Desolation.
Sounds like someone we have to talk to.
Yeah.
So that was your third. And so yes, and like I said, no names for the heralds, but descriptors. And they do seem to, for player edification, they line up with the seven deadly sins. So like sloth, avarice, envy, lust, so on and so forth.
So the first one we took out was
The first one that you took out was
pestilence.
You're not.
no. The first one that you took out would have been envy.
Envy.
I know,
Okay,
you
and
said-
then we're dealing with greed right now.
Well,
Okay.
Carl,
Yes. The demon under Bazazan's name was Valgaroth, and that was the one that was basically trying to take the attractive parts from people to build a body with.
Almost forgotten about that one.
This game, man.
Chris, I have a book recommendation for you after this that's inspired by that.
It's like Fantasy Cthulhu.
What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing really.
Okay, so we have one more research. Jinx, you got an idea?
I did do a roll. Do I do a second one?
If there's basically over the course of the rest, I'm going to let you guys research 4 things.
Oh, okay.
So if there's a 4th thing to research,
I think it'd be good to find a general book on demons for Bismarck to research.
and they said,
I think it's great from a storytelling perspective to have the warlock go find a book on demonology for the wizard. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
yeah, there are the books in Dark Speech, Dark Tongue, that are chained and bound and all but have a warning sign that says "Do not read" on them.
Maybe not those. Maybe just like a primer. Like a demon, how to kill. Not how to summon, not how to bind to your will.
I will
Dummy's
settle,
guide to killing demons.
I would also settle for banishing. Like if because there's sometimes limitations.
All right. So yeah, somebody can give me an intellect roll. See what you find on demons.
Mine's at 11, so if yours is higher and want to take it, I'm not going to be upset.
Much higher. Yeah.
I figured. I went agility, so.
So yeah, so you do find some safer books on demons, more in line with religious texts as opposed to cultist texts. So like a little bit safer. The main things that you find about demons in general, is that they are creatures of the void. They are thoroughly malevolent. And they basically infest worlds that the demon lord has destroyed. They are slaves to the demon lord. They're not willing subjects. They're just completely enslaved and enthralled by it. So as a result, they are thoroughly evil and thoroughly malevolent and thoroughly insane. There is no reasoning with a demon. The stories of people making deals with demons and selling their souls to demons and so on and so forth. The demons might say that they'll do a thing, but they are in no way, shape, or form bound to do it. They are both chaos and evil personified, and the Lord they serve is worse. the lord that they serve, the Lord of the Void, the Demon Lord, and various other assorted names, seeks nothing but the complete dissolution of all of creativity. Demons themselves vary in power level. They generally are not strong enough to pierce the void themselves. They need, or the barriers, they need to be let in. Somebody needs to open the door for them. So it would seem to indicate that the heralds, something brought them here, and now they're opening the door wider. In terms of vulnerabilities and stuff like that, some religious texts from the cult of the new god say that they are capable of dealing with demons, capable of exorcising those that have been possessed, capable of banishing them back. Nobody's ever seen it happen. And the books that you find read more like church propaganda as opposed to factual accounts of this happening.
Okay.
Other than that, for the most part, any demon of note is a wholly independent entity. There's no like rank and file and structure. There's like the little low level demons, the void larva and things like that. But once you get to a certain point, every demon is unique with unique capabilities, and some of them are spellcasters, some of them are illusionists, some of them are capable of possessing mortals, some of them are capable of bending mortals' minds to their will. Some of them are nothing more than shadow. Some of them are grotesquely physical. It varies a lot.
And it's all bad.
Yeah, it's all bad. Like even reading like this like sanitized version, it's pretty horrifying. Give me a willpower roll.
Oh, really? Solid 2.
Pick up some insanity for your troubles.
No trouble. Guess your wizard has a very terrible, terrible willpower.
Should really work on that.
So over the course of the next 8 hours or so, some people get some sleep, some people hit the books, some people do a little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm just recovering spells.
We get our healing rate back?
Everybody heals their healing rate. Everybody recovers spells.
Oh, thank God. Am I still injured? I'm below half, or I'm above half health.
You are no longer injured.
Yay! I have 3/4 health.
I will say for your spellcasters, if you guys have any healing spells left, knowing that you're going into a rest, you could use those to like patch people up that needed it.
Oh, yeah, I got piles of them.
I volunteer my body as tribute for healing spells. As recipient, sorry, I was trying to make a Hunger Games joke, and that just came out dirty. It's not that type of game.
Yeah, I was going to say something, but I just don't know you that well yet.
So who needs healing?
I'm only down 4, but if you're throwing it around.
Yeah, I can give you a minor heal, which is half healing rate.
More than enough.
Do we have that AoE healing boost that we had before?
No, that was a scroll. But I can give up to 3 full healing, and I can give 2 more half healings. 3 more half healings. Half heals.
I can do
Sorry.
a half heal as well.
I'm down 7 and I have a healing rate of 6.
So we're good, I would think.
Alrighty.
I'm fine for a change.
Because you stabbed me this morning.
except for the insanity. Other than that, I'm fine, and it's not much. I'm mostly okay. Yes, I borrowed a bit of your life force. Thank you. It's a great pick me up. I'm so sorry.
Out of character, I think it was hilarious, and if I had died, I wouldn't have been mad. There's always things to go forward from. In character, Jinx is a little salty.
Yeah, Thagor's not even going to tell you I told you so. I'm going to look at you and you'll know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so healing has been done then?
So before everybody kind of like starts hitting the books, you know, some healing spells get passed around. Everybody does some research, gets some shut eye, has some rations, has some water. You know, several hours later, as Bismarck kind of like closes, I think fairly slowly with a kind of haunted look in his eyes, closes the cover of his like demonology primer. You guys are rested. So I guess what would you like to do next?
So I'm going to be that guy. And as the guy that's up at watch and everyone's sleeping, can I open one of these books?
Absolutely, you can.
I'm
We left
sorry.
the 3-year-old unsupervised.
You have to.
Hey, the brainial damage will be your own.
Oh, I'm having polymorph flashbacks.
So you crack open this book as everybody's asleep. And the information that's on here, it does have a fair bit of information on controlling and combating demons.
Nice. That's what we're looking for.
What's your power level?
3. Yeah, 3.
So you do find in this book something of particular interest to Bismarck. There is information in here on a spell that allows you to swap souls with somebody else. Like permanently swap bodies with somebody.
That's a lot of interest to Bismarck.
It is slightly outside your capacity to cast currently, but you could probably bring this book with you. Nobody will notice.
I will make sure that nobody notices as best I can.
But yes, it does have a lot of information on the void and demons. More than you comfortably feel like reading at the wee hours in the morning by yourself. Unless you really, really want to, of course.
We're going to face a herald. I'm willing to risk some insanity and corruption. And I have ship willpower, so.
So the main thing that you get from the somewhat limited time you have reading, because like every time somebody like snores or turns over in their sleep, you're like, oh shit. The main thing that you find is that the dark powers, the darker magics, they're not friendly to one another. So a lot of the spells that would involve like direct damage to demons or control of demons or the undead or anything of that. Those are usually actually dark magic spells. There's not like there's a, you know, holy spells that do this sort of thing. There might be, but not in this book. But
Right.
but they do give you indications that the use of dark magic does give you certain amount of sway over demons.
Sounds like a slippery slope, though.
Well, the thing that kind of draws your attention is that, unlike regular magic, like you understand, you've studied magic fairly extensively, and you know by aligning with the, you know, aligning yourself properly and using the proper words and so on and so forth, you just kind of like tap into a little tiny bit of the void and shape it. Just a tiny little pinprick.
As a treat.
Yes. Some of these spells, some of these dark magic things that give you power and sway over demons is like turning on the faucet. And the only way to regain those spells is through sacrifice.
Ew.
But there are ways, this book will tell you ways to, like, basically make a demon bend its knee to you.
Well, Bismarck doesn't want it to bend a knee, but he does want it to go away.
Yep.
At least for now.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, right? If you have complete control of the demon and it does whatever you say, you can just tell it to leave and go back to the void, and it will.
That sounds like something we should investigate.
Yep. It will not do so willingly, but it will do so if it is forced to.
By we, I mean me, because I don't want these guys knowing I'm looking at this book.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can like take the book and kind of like tuck it into your little like clockwork knapsack. Other than that, morning, for lack of a better term, comes, and everybody is awake and refreshed.
I'll go it.
Oh, good.
Best
good,
night's
good.
sleep I've had in a while.
Libraries are good for quiet times.
They're very quiet.
And you all slept good, and then you do the food thing, and then maybe we can continue.
Right.
So just in case, Tony, if you decide you want to learn any of these spells, just let me know.
I'm sure we'll chat about it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Might as well just say it now.
All right. So, rested and refreshed, what would you folks like to do?
Well, we still have to, I mean, ultimately, aren't we here to hunt down what's going on?
Yeah, we gotta see if we can find out where this lady is.
Someone did mention a location last time where things seem to be centered from.
Yeah, the young dwarf that's with you. Says, probably in the throne room.
That sounds about right.
She rarely leaves there.
Right.
Tegan question. She in this case, or is this a figure? Is this a nobility person, or is this the possible herald that we're looking for?
This is the possible herald.
Ew. Okay.
She came in disguised as a traitor and basically used her demonic abilities on the chieftain, and things went downhill from there very rapidly.
Yes, yes. That makes that definitely makes the distrust of anyone outside even more logical.
I can lead you to the throne room. The might be dangerous, and he kind of like picks up the pick that he has.
It probably will be dangerous. But that's kind of why we're here.
I don't think I'm cut out to be a demon slayer.
Hopefully, you won't need to be.
I think,
But help. But knowing where to go will
You're
help
doing great,
us
child.
do it for you.
You're doing great, child.
If they kill us, try to get back to your family and get them out of here.
okay. You don't want me to wait for you or try to save you or anything?
Nope, don't worry about it.
Okay, good. I will do that. All right. So he kind of like shoulders up his stuff. All right. So okay. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Yeah. So he starts leading you again as he like kind of like props open the doors to the library, and, like looks both ways. Still very, very quiet. It's like I always promise my grandmother that I'll check because they mainly don't come here anymore because there's nothing left for they want, but it's always good to check.
It definitely is.
It's always good to check.
So start making your way through the tunnels again. Again, zero residual light. There's not even any glowing fungus or anything. It is pitch dark. Sif and Bismarck, you can like, if you touch your nose, you can almost see your fingers.
I'm sure we have torches or something.
I believe you do, yes.
Yeah, I'll light up a torch.
Start kind of making your way through the tunnels. It's like the throne room is down a couple of levels, closer to the heart of the mountain. Oh, watch your step there. Yeah, okay. So you guys keep making your way down, and somebody can roll me a d20.
A what roll?
1d20.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, sure. I'm sorry.
That could be good. We don't know.
When was the last time anything in this game that asked you guys for a roll was good?
It could be a 20 and it still be bad. We don't know.
When we're rolling for damage taken, low is very great.
This game is always bad. That's the nature of this game.
Yep.
You can mitigate a lot of the bad by being a clockwork.
Except when his key winds down.
Yeah.
That's not so great.
In my experience, clockwork winding is the goblin's job.
The goblin shop?
Goblin winds the clockwork.
I've not been the only one to do that.
Oh, sorry. The echoes, sir.
In our first campaign, it was Aiden's job because he was the goblin artificer.
All right, so you guys are making your way through the tunnel, and you can tell there's definitely like a downward grade to these tunnels. And then you come to a part where it looks like there's like this huge rent in the ground, with a very rickety looking bridge across it that looks like it's missing almost half of it.
So where to next?
Um, we have to we have to cross.
Cross?
Yeah, we have to go across the tunnel that we need is on the other side of the bridge.
Do we have our light again? Did Bismarck cast it on the dwarf?
Right now, Bismarck has a torch.
Okay. Well, which direction is this in?
Um,
Off to the west?
yes.
Bismarck?
What?
Are you coming up? You're the light source.
But you don't you haven't brought a torch.
Sif, give me a perception check.
Sure.
I'm going to examine this here rickety bridge.
Okay, Sif. You hear like a very very loud buzzing sound coming from like just in front of you.
I pull my bow up, knock an arrow toward whatever that sound is. Could you bring a light up now, maybe? So I can see what I'm hearing?
I see it. It's not great to look at.
I didn't think it would be.
So yeah, as Thagor, you start looking at that bridge, and you're like, oh, this is a. I've seen a shitty bridge in my day, and this is probably the shittiest.
It's a real pig's ear.
And that buzzing gets louder and louder, and then as Bismarck gets closer with the torch, a large section of the chasm just kind of erupts upwards in like clouds of flies.
Makes
Fly.
sense.
You want a
Ew.
corruption.
Yeah.
And they are just swarming.
I'd like to fire. Assuming that. Ooh. Yikes. Uh-oh.
All right. So Ruth and Jinx, since you guys both have shadow sighting, and see, you just see like this like a massive swarm of flies just pour up from this chasm, and like you can't see Sif or Bismarck or Thagor. The flies are so thick.
Not very nice.
But everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
Okay.
Alrighty, everybody's chosen whether they want to be fast or slow. Thagor, you look like you're on fast actions.
Yep, I got lots of bugs right here.
Oh, so many bugs. You do have a Bane while fighting them, though. It's like one of those things that you try to take like a breath to like, let loose. So like one flies in your mouth and they fly up your nose and...
Are there 2 swarms on me right now, or 1?
There are 2 on you.
In that case, I will take 1 attack at each of them.
Okay. Oh, 20's a good hit.
Good. Uh, 11 damage.
Okay.
And only a 7 to hit the other one.
So it comes to your attention fairly rapidly that using a warhammer to combat a massive swarm is not your best option. All right, swarm of flies. 2 on Sif. Ooh, that'll hit.
Uh-oh.
So 6 damage.
Okay.
And 2 damage.
Okay.
2 on Thagor. It's only a 10. And a 17, which I think misses.
Not enough.
So yeah, but they're trying to get in your armor and they're trying to like climb up your nose, and it is genuinely unpleasant. And there are 2 extra ones.
There's lots of biting and spitting.
They went on fast action, so another like swarm around Ruth. But
Are the
I
ones
suppose if I
on
turn into a-
Bismarck largely unsatisfied?
oh no, forgot there's one on Bismarck.
Thanks, Don.
You're welcome.
That's only going to be a 7.
They are largely unsatisfied.
I suppose if I turn into a giant spider, the only person I'm scaring off is Sif.
It's entirely possible. All right, so Bismarck, Ruthless, Sif, and Jinx, you guys are up.
So there's swarms of bugs, which basically we can't shoot.
Not effectively.
Right. So my current thought is, I love how you're just stacking them on top of people. That's great. I'm thinking about casting Spell Shield, which makes it harder for them to attack me, and then just basically go in swinging a backpack.
Okay.
Like,
You'd certainly try.
why does it say I've used it? I haven't used it today. There we go. Okay, went out. Basically, if the flies attack me, they have a bane.
Okay.
And it lasts for a minute, which is usually longer than a full combat.
Yep.
I don't believe I can. I believe that's my full turn, so.
Yep. All right. Bismarck and Ruth and Sif.
Go get him.
I'm trying to look at what I can do. I got tinderbox and torch. I could light a torch and burn these things out, but I don't know what that does. I got a magic shillelagh. Animal shape. Just I can't cast Spirit of Vengeance onto on a big flock of animals, I guess.
No, you could cast it on one of the flies, but it's going to be pretty pointless.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Are they just blocking the route, or are they just what are they doing?
They're like flying and biting and stinging. It's like walking into like a New Brunswick swamp.
All right. Well, I will transform into a freaking geez, what kind of flies are these?
They're just like horse flies.
Yeah, I'll turn into a freaking I guess grizzly bear, where the fur and the skin is too thick for it to bother me.
Arr.
Garr.
Here, I thought you were going to go for giant frog.
No, I don't see how that helps.
Frogs eat bugs.
Yeah.
All right. Bismarck and Sif.
Go ahead, Sif.
Is there one in my? There is.
There are two swarming you.
Oh.
Since I took a slow turn, can I swat at?
Yes. No. You could move, but that'd be it.
All right. Sorry, Sif.
That's okay. I'm guessing they're too close to be able to use my bow on.
They're like biting you and crawling up your nostrils and into your ear. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm on a slow action, I'll take a step back to try to get at least some swinging distance, and I will use my flail.
Okay. 24 is a hit.
Cool, and with extra damage.
Okay.
12.
And you do get your other d6 as well from your combat expertise.
Ah. Okay. I didn't realize that applied to my flail as well.
Yep. Any weapon attack you make.
Cool. So 16.
All right. Much like Dagor, you realize that a flail may look like a big fly swatter, but it's really not.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of options because I don't think I'm going to be able to shoot them out of the air either.
Bismarck.
All right. Man, I hate to waste a spell on flies, but
You're the only one doing full damage, probably.
Probably.
all right, we'll target one here. And one there. One there.
Okay, just so you're aware, Thagor is underneath that swarm there.
So
Aim high.
Wow, there's stuff moving all over the place.
So yeah, this stack
So-
here is 2 swarms and Thagor.
So I'll aim behind him.
Okay, still gonna catch him, but
Well, I'll aim at the cobblestones here, right?
yep.
The goal is not to hit him, but to hit Swarm.
Yeah, unfortunately they're in his space, so you can't hit them without hitting him.
Yep. Sorry, Thagor.
If you kill them, you're forgiven.
No idea what they have for hit points.
And Thagor, you can make an agility check.
Those are my favorite ones.
So which one was the 7 damage at?
I think I did like top here and here.
Okay. So Thagor will take 7 damage from explosions. As everything goes like but the explosions do seem to be much more effective on the swarms.
Effective, but didn't drop any.
Correct. Right. That's everybody. Next round. Oh, and everybody who is in a swarm must make an agility check. Actually, within a swarm or within 1 yard of it. So everybody except for Jinx needs to give me an agility check.
That's because I haven't run in yet. I'm working on it.
Ooh.
That would have been a total failure if I wasn't in a bear form.
So d6 damage and slowed. I need one from Bismarck still.
Sorry, agility. I didn't think
Agility.
I was swarm, but I will try one anyway.
Okay, so everybody except for Jinx and Ruth takes 2 points of damage as the flies are starting to get like into the crevices and the cracks and everything, and is slowed, which means you can only choose slow actions.
Okay.
Sorry. So I'm not slowed?
You're not. You made the agility check.
Okay.
Alrighty, everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
I need to stay slow because I got to move.
Ruth
Yeah.
can decide if she wants to be fast or slow.
I'm just gonna move Ruth's token off to the side there since Ruth is a bear now. All right. So the flies, after this display of arcane energy and such, they kind of like start coalescing.
I think we might have just found pestilence.
Well, we're looking for greed, so
And yeah, they all kind of form into this humanish form, and you can watch as like the flies start to form into this like human form, a little bit taller than a dwarf, not quite full human size. But as the flies start to form its skeleton and its musculature, and you can watch as they transform into flesh. And I'm gonna need everybody to give me a willpower check with a bane.
Ew.
Downside, it's a big bed. Upside, it's easier to hit.
Yes. I'm sorry, that was a will check?
Willpower check with a bane.
Ooh.
Is it Bane for everyone or just the ones that were covered with bugs?
No, just everybody that sees this.
Fine. Wait. Can I negate that? I have a once per turn. I get to have a boon.
You can.
I do not want it. I don't want to deal with the negative side effects of failing this.
I have apparently seen worse.
Okay. What am I missing? Wait, I think Thagor's the only one that failed. Thagor, you can have 1 insanity. And you are frightened for a number of rounds equal to your new insanity total.
1.
Okay, so you are frightened for the round. So you can't move closer to it, and you take a bane on anything while you can see it for the turn. But you guys are all up because it is also on a slow turn.
Sif's gonna try to shoot it. Now that it's in a solid-ish form. And if I hit it, I will do extra damage. Do I get a boon or a bane? What's the... Can I mark him as my prey?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. That gives me a...
Gives you a boon. Yep.
Perfect.
Even with all that, though, there's just something so disturbing about watching it form that your shot is, like, way off. Jinx, Ruth, Sif, Thagor, you guys are all up.
I feel like... Wait, there's a... Oh, Giant Bear is one of us, isn't it? Where am I on this
Yes.
map? Oh, I'm back there. Okay. I feel like I probably don't want to get within touching range of this guy, so I'm going to try shooting him.
Okay. Ten is a miss.
so it begins.
As the arrow like streaks towards it, its body just kind of parts, and the arrow goes like through the hole that it makes in at the other side. That will leave us with what we got. Bismarck, Ruth, and Thagor.
Can I move to it and just give it a swipe?
You sure can.
Maybe the wind will hurt it.
Rawr.
Yeah, I can't move myself. And I think my light source is screwed up, but that's all right.
Uh, 14 is a miss.
That's my
14's a miss.
that's my first bad roll of the day.
Yikes.
So yeah, the bear kind of rears back and brings these like claws down, and it just kind of like parts around the claws. It's like swarm of flies.
Yeah, I will growl a lot, but I will not roar because I'm keeping my mouth closed.
I believe that leaves us with the Bismarck and Thagor.
Get him, big guy.
I cannot get. So I am gonna draw out my battle axe and heave it with a mighty heave.
Okay. This would make it an agility roll instead of a strength roll.
Does it?
Yes. But you do still get, you'd have a total of 1 boon.
Okay.
Uh, 17 is a hit, though.
Okay. And it's my only attack this turn, so I'll add another dice. 13.
It'll take that. So yeah, that connects, and it does seem like it is solid enough. It seems like it's the sort of thing it has to kind of like willfully kind of shift its body around, and it didn't quite see the X coming in time.
Good. This fills Thagor with inspiration to not be feared anymore.
And it is going to just grunt, and it looks at this bear right beside it, and it's just gonna reach out and touch it.
Oh, wait. Biz hasn't gone yet.
Okay, go ahead, Bismarck.
I'm going to miss, but if you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a wrench. No, you can't.
Mortal Realm's not so fun now, is it?
It's an attack roll. So yeah, so it takes a d6 and falls prone. Okay.
Physical body, take damage.
They do.
Ooh.
Yes.
6 damage even.
That's not bad.
Right.
For a wrench.
So yeah, so it like turns around and it glares at Thagor after his axe hits it, and it's not even paying attention, and this wrench comes out and like takes its legs out. But it will stumble to its feet since it was going slow anyway, and it will reach out and touch a bear.
Reach out and touch bear.
That will be a 21. For 14 damage.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
And yeah, as it like reaches out to the bear, basically a bunch of the flies just gonna like fly off of its hand and into the bear's like mouth and nose and like force their way into it. It is deeply unpleasant. Everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
Are we still forced to be slow?
No, that was only for the turn.
In that case, I will switch back to fast.
Me
Or
too.
no. I need to get up there. So so I'll stay on site.
I plan to stay right back here, so.
Bismarck and Sif, you guys are up.
Did you want to chuck another wrench at it?
I kind of did, yeah.
It was effective. I mean, you might as well.
That one it sees coming.
Let's see if he sees my arrow. He's still marked as my prey. $23.
23 will hit.
Excellent. Do the extra damage?
It does. So it's going to be... Alright, so as a triggered action... when it takes damage from a weapon, it can use a triggered action to assume its swarm form.
Damn it. Need to light it on fire.
I can do that.
Fire kills pretty much everything, right?
It's always been my point of view.
Does still take half.
If fire doesn't kill it, you're not using enough.
Fair.
I don't think that's how the saying goes, but I like it anyway.
So yes, so this arrow like strikes it and it just like poof disappears into a cloud of flies again. And is basically just like back down into the crevice.
That's right. You get back down your hole.
Jinx, Ruth, and Thagor are up.
It's gone.
All right, so we have a solid. I'm gonna do a shoot again.
Yeah.
Wait, where? Actually, do we? Shit, I only see the bear.
No, it's gone.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah, it took an arrow from Sif and then it poofed into a cloud of flies and back down the chasm it went.
Oh
Where it can
shit!
stay.
But the chasm's where we need to go, isn't it?
You guys
Well,
need
the
to
other
cross
side
the
of it.
bridge, yeah.
I feel like torches might be useful, but
Really? Because I feel like rope might be as well.
Well, I was kind of thinking that maybe that Thagor could walk me across this particular bridge. I may be small, but I'm very clumsy.
There's not a lot of bridge left.
But I can't make a bridge. I can blow a bridge up if that's what you're looking for.
I got some rope. It looks like there's one good pillar on the other side of this bridge. Maybe we can loop some rope around it and then anchor it on this side. And then at least we won't fall.
Too big to jump?
You might be able to jump it.
I'm a bear. I got confidence. I'll give it a shot. What do I need to do?
Take this rope with you.
Yeah, put the rope in my teeth and I'm going to make her jump for it.
Alright, so you can jump a number of feet. Oh, that's down. Jump across.
You can jump all
Strength
the
roll,
feet
strength
down.
roll, strength roll. Please, strength roll.
Okay, it is a number of yards equal to 2 plus your agility modifier. And then if you run, you get to add 2 more yards to that. So 4 yards plus your agility modifier.
Which is a 1.
So you can go 5 yards.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that should be plenty.
So the bear takes the rope in its mouth and go glump 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 glump. Shunk.
That was amazing to watch.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things she's done.
All right, so there is a rope to get across.
There is a rope now. Yes.
All right. Shit, I might be too far away to cross on this turn, but I think I can at least get to it. Yeah, it's 10 yards to the edge of the broken part, so. And
There we go.
my speed is 10, so I can basically get to the edge this turn.
Yep. So yeah, we won't worry too much about turns or anything now. Now it's just a question of how do you guys want to get across? Do you want to use the rope? Do you want to just jump it? Do you want to trust the bridge?
I'm gonna climb on Thagor's back, and he's gonna get me across, however he wants to.
Okay.
Sorry, how is the rope crossing?
So
Ruth?
yeah, the rope was basically tied off to like a ruined pillar, and then Ruth took it in her jaws and jumped across and is now holding it.
Gotcha.
So it's anchored between a giant bear and a ruined column.
I'd like to use a combination of the rope and a bridge.
Okay.
Same.
So that would be agility checks with 3 boons.
My strength is like +5, so I can hold these guys. I can hold this one.
Yeah.
Come over.
I mean, with the rope and agility, I'm pretty sure I can get over. If that's a way to get across. Monkey it.
Yep.
Come along, Bismarck.
Glad the target was only a 10.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
I just rolled a 2.
no!
Okay. You do have 3 boons though, so
Oh, I have boons?
yeah.
Just roll them as dice then?
Yeah. As long as one of those 3 comes up a 4 or better, you're fine.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Hooray!
There you go.
All kinds to choose from.
We crossed the bridge.
I mean, it would have been darkly funny if the agility person was the one person who failed. But...
Would have been downright embarrassing after the dwarf rolled a 19.
I mean, it's hilarious.
It would fit this game, though. Really.
Alrighty.
I knew it.
Your guide makes it as well. All right. So yes. So as you pass over, you can hear the deep in the chasm. Much more buzzing.
Yep, time to go.
And Sif, since you're a rangery type,
Yes.
it's the buzzing isn't a constant drone. There's pauses in it. And then what sounds like to your highly trained ears, slightly different buzzing.
Something's talking. Are the flies talking to each other? Does it sound
I'm
like
not sticking around to find out. I don't know about you.
does it sound like the flies did when they were swarmy or when they were bodyish?
Yes.
Oh. There's more. And I think they're talking to one another.
Meanwhile, Thagor's already like 20 yards down the tunnel.
Yeah.
Sif turns around. Thagor?
Fuck these bug-related shenanigans. Don't want it.
Well, I don't think he's wrong. I think that we need to
No, I think he's quite right.
a bit of shock and awe maybe might be in the way to
Fire.
deal with the. Yeah, I have fire. I can. Yeah, fire. All right. Well, we'll do fire. I'll follow you. Follow Dagor.
Yes, let's follow Thagor.
Alrighty. So you guys continue on leaving this chasm in the past. Before terribly long, your guide says, "Okay, we're almost at where the throne room is, but there should be guards." And you look out and you just see like a slaughter. Like it looks like the dwarven nobility, the warriors, not having any commoners left to prey upon, or any commoners perhaps that had anything they wanted turned on one another.
But peoples, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that there's probably a singular demon in this particular place, and the bad news would be, I would expect that, given the history that we've seen, that the whatever that thing is going to try to have us turn against ourselves.
Which sounds like a good time for a willpower check.
Shit.
Did you just talk yourself into a will check?
I think I set him up for the willpower check. It's a cooperative game.
That's true.
It was coming either way. It's just the timing.
Got a solid 1, which
Natural
is a
20.
0.
Oh,
The
wow.
the Guyversons are polar opposites again.
Everybody?
Fuck that guy.
Everybody.
Oh. No banes or boons, huh?
Nope.
Fail.
Alrighty. So Sif,
Yeah.
Bismarck broke your bow. That was yours. You worked hard for that. He
What a dick.
hasn't made restitution. He hasn't paid for it. But he's got to have something worth something. Bismarck. You would love to have these thoughts, except you are currently an inanimate object since you rolled a 0 or less.
Nice.
Good job.
That's actually good.
Sif slowly. She had been approaching Thagor, but she stops, turns slowly, bringing her bow up, pointing it at Bismarck. I'd like to mark him as my prey.
Okay.
Well, that's excessive. Now, hold on.
You're probably harder to hurt as an object.
Probably.
Harder to heal too.
You broke my bow. And
She doesn't even react.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it worse. It just makes her angrier. That's why he's being marked as prey.
Doesn't
Give me
even
your roll if you're gonna
apologize or
miss.
anything.
No apology.
Nothing.
Do we have a boon for the marking?
Yes.
Well, at least it's a shitty roll.
That is a miss. I think. I don't know what my defense is, but I'm
Inanimate,
stone.
not scampering around.
Base is 13, so.
Yep, so it'd be 13 still.
Okay.
Ping!
Yeah, it like hits the cobblestones in front of him. You didn't apologize. You didn't pay me back for it. Didn't replace it.
While this is happening, everybody that's not Sif or Bismarck can give me a perception check.
Damn. I kind of want to see where this one-sided argument goes.
I'm a bear. What do you expect?
The bare necessities.
Oh,
Hey, you asked for it.
That's good. That's good.
It's true.
actually, that's a really good song. I'm not gonna knock it.
There you go.
It's like the second best song in the Disney catalog.
I'm scared to ask what the first one is.
And now it's stuck in my head.
The best
You're
one
welcome.
the best one is Phony King of England.
Welcome to my life.
The best one is Everybody Wants to Be a Cat from the Aristocats. Aristocats.
I need a perception roll from Jinx.
All right.
All right. So as you see Sif arguing with Bismarck, who is completely still and not moving, Thagor and Jinx, you have the feeling that you're being watched. And then as you kind of like take a quick look around, you see on the kind of like around the bodies and like on the wall, but at first you're like, huh, that seems to be a fair number of spiders.
Oh no.
Here we go.
But then you get a slightly better look as they blink at you, and you realize that all those missing eyes.
Wait, if this is what I think it is, I have to get a prop to take a photo of because I've made spiders before.
This is you.
Are these eyeball spiders?
They are eyeballs walking on little tendrils.
Oh my god, I'm coming back because I'm gonna send you guys a photo of this.
Should
And
I?
this is where Anita turns into an inanimate object.
Yes, yes, it is. Should I get
Arachnophobia.
a photo of the spider that Evie made for me? God, I hate that thing so much. It's literally locked away.
It's a gift. You can't throw it away.
I know, and I can't burn it either.
But you can lock it away.
She felted a spider with an eyeball for an abdomen. It's horrifying.
Speaking of horrifying,
Kind of wild.
Yeah, please, let's do.
those of you that have seen these things can give me a willpower check with one bane.
I cannot see it. I'm focused on that little asshole who broke my bow.
So I saw it because I failed the perception, right?
Yes.
Wait, if you failed the perception?
No, if you made the perception, you saw them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so I Cthulhu'd this one. I rolled shitty and won.
Yes, you did.
Thagor's not afraid. But Thagor does have to go to work. So I'll try to pop back on in a little bit.
I've made every roll so far tonight. What the hell's going on? This was the only one I've
Just-
missed.
Just keep jinxing it.
Just practicing for tomorrow.
Alright, be back in a bit, hopefully.
All right, so
Alright,
there
Tom's
are
here.
spiders. Sorry, it just the fact that this is relevant to something I have literally right around me just got too exciting. Are they forming up? Are they looking at us?
They're just watching this exchange. They're just watching Sif and Bismarck, occasionally blinking.
So y'all hear an shit. Or oh no. So the fight is between Thagor and Sif. Where's Bismarck?
Bismarck and Sif, actually. Bismarck,
Okay.
Bismarck is just sitting there's a box. Sif is continuing on.
Gotcha. Okay, for some reason I thought Thagor. All right, so Thagor is right there. There'll be a because I'm across the road. I'll get his attention first. Like, hey, remember those eyes?
He'll kind of look and go like, "Uh-huh. One of those days." In the meantime, Ruth and Sif and Bismarck. What are you guys doing? Well, Bismarck's just sitting there.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sitting around as a bear. I can stay a bear for an hour, so I'm gonna stay a bear.
Yeah, you figure you've got probably 20 minutes left.
All right. Well, let me do a little parade of the perimeter while I'm damn near bulletproof. On this side, just trying. I can't move my token, so I just want to gradually larger ovals until I see more and more of the side of the.
So yeah, as you patrol around, the eyes watch you, but they don't, and you do notice them as you start moving around. So you can make a will check. But they don't seem to be aggressive. You can get yourself a brand new point of insanity.
For failing.
Yeah. But yeah, and you do see as you're doing your perimeter, there are dead bodies everywhere. Like, everywhere you look.
Ugh.
Dead dwarves, like scores of them. And then you do see the entranceway to the what you assume to be the throne room, the kind of the main citadel-y type area of this cavern. And the door is ajar.
Well, I'll poke my nose in there because I can see in the dark.
All right, Sif, what are you doing?
Shooting him that little bow breaker again. How dare he? And now he just sits there, mocking me? Marking him as my prey again.
As a hit.
Does that do the extra d6 of damage?
Yeah.
Yes, it does all of the damage.
Just a sec, I need to roll one more. $11.
So yeah, so that arrow sinks into Bismarck. He doesn't feel it. But it does like breaks like some of his gears off. And so, Jinx, you see Sif just like fire an arrow into Bismarck. Just getting the other map ready here. There you go. That's right there. So, Trevor, you should see the throne room. Everybody else is in the basically in the outside. You're not actually on this map, but I don't have a courtyard map.
I don't see anything but black, but I don't think I view from the I think you have to move Sif where my bear is. Yeah, all I see is a black screen.
Yep, working on it.
Now I see stuff.
There you go. So
Creepy.
So the interior throne room has been redecorated into a darker and non-dwarven thing, and seated on the throne you do see the dwarven chieftain wearing this absolutely gorgeous set of plate mail, and with him a moderately attractive middle-aged woman. But what draws your attention is her hands and her lips are dyed blue.
We hope they're died.
Meanwhile, out in the tunnel. So Jinx, you've seen Sif has just fired an arrow into Bismarck, who is unmoving.
Not again. And she's not like there's not anything that I would think of. Oh, this is mind controlling her. Who's out with me?
Thagor's still with you.
All right, and Ruth went inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Jinx is a little like, shit, am I gonna die if I try to stop this? But we need to stop this. Is Sif saying anything when she's doing this? Like when she's talking about how you broke my bow and all that?
Yep.
All right, one sec. Question. On my sheet, it says weapon scimitar 1, bow 2. Does that mean I have 2 bows, or is that just my second weapon?
It's how many hands it uses.
Gotcha. Okay. I'd had a thought. It doesn't work. Sif, stop this, please.
Make a willpower check. I'll give you a boon because Sif actually knows who you are.
And might feel guilty about doing this yesterday. I don't know.
God, I hope so.
Oof. So it does break through your haze there, Sif.
Okay.
And then you're like, wait, it wasn't my bow. It was just a bow that we found. It wasn't really mine. And then you look down and you see your arrow protruding out of poor Bismarck.
Uh-oh.
Starting to be a habit.
So what would you like to do?
drops her bow. I don't know what just happened. She'll start walking toward him to try to wind him back up.
Okay. Crank, 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 crank. Hey, he starts up again.
I'm so sorry.
And Bismarck, you have no idea anything that's happened.
But no, it's fine. I think we have it figured out. As I said, we should be cognizant of the fact that this thing can maybe control our minds, and pulls out an arrow. What?
You probably.
So sorry.
Jinx did it.
Meanwhile, in the throne room, Ruth, you notice that the woman, she seems to have her eyes closed and a smile on her face.
All right.
The dwarf that's with her is just looking at her with like that look of like enthrallment. Neither one seems to have noticed you.
All right. I'm I'm looking at my talents and skills. And I really need a cleric in here.
If only had gone that original direction path.
I'm not allowed to do anything like say snap out of it or anything like that. Try to wake him up and use prayer to affect him.
You can try to get his attention.
I'm trying to snap his attention away from her completely.
You can try. I mean, you could roar really loudly or something.
Yeah, what would I roll with?
It would be willpower.
Will?
Yeah, willpower is your general kind of persuasiveness. I mean, I give you probably a couple of boons because you're a great big bear trying to grab somebody's attention.
All right, well, I will roar loud and try to look intimidating.
Okay. All right. So you roar loud. You guys outside hear this loud bear roar, and then you kind of look over and you see like the rear end of the bear sticking out of the entranceway to the throne room. And he looks at you, and he kind of gets to his feet, kind of cricks his neck, and picks up his axe.
All right.
Can't quite get to where you are, but he's coming towards you, and he's just got like the axe in his hand, the shield in his hand. Finally, place could use a new rug. Inside the throne room, Trevor, you can decide whether you're going to be fast or slow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Be fast.
Okay. All right. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take a swat at him.
Okay.
We're not supposed to save him or anything, are we?
Yeah.
I mean, if we could get him to snap out of it, it'd probably earn us some credit, but
Well, we'll see if severe physical trauma helps.
25 is a hit. Like he's got this armor on and he brings the shield up, but the strength of the bear is just enough to kind of like drive him back a little bit. So you can roll your damage.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Just 2d6.
Stop that. I just clicked on the chat and the popped up. There we go. Finally, I hit something heavy.
Zagor has a good question of, do we know the king's name?
Uh,
Associate followed up with is the young child still with us?
yes. The king, the chieftain's name is Young Gal. Da, da, da. Oh. All right, so he is going to swing back at you.
Good luck.
That's only an 11, so he swings around with his battle axe. But you notice as he does, runes on the armor start to glow.
Oh, that's not good.
Outside, you guys have heard a big bear roar. Bismarck, you are all wound up again. Probably now you've heard some snarling and the clang of claw on metal. What would you guys like to do?
Where is all this happening?
There's the courtyard with all of the dead dwarves and everything that, as you guys were approaching, that's when the greed overtook Sif.
Okay.
I didn't switch the maps because I don't have a courtyard map.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm just seeing the bridge.
Yes, I don't have a courtyard map.
Gotcha.
But yes, so the courtyard, bunch of dead dwarves, looks like essentially the greed got to them and they turned on one another. All the little eyes watching everywhere. And then kind of at the far side of the courtyard, you see a bear butt sticking out of the door to the throne room. And I should specify bear is in B-E-A-R and not B-A-R-E.
Kind of both, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a both situation.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's just really whether or not it's the third type of bear.
Oh dear God.
So those of you that are outside, what would you like to do?
Collect my arrows
Okay.
while apologizing again to Bismarck. I don't know what happened. I don't understand. Unless it was the... And she'll look toward the courtyard.
Okay.
I'm guessing I could have the arrows back.
Yep.
We'll even number this time.
Bismarck and Jinx, what would you guys like to do?
guess running into danger.
Sounds about right.
I mean, it's kind of what we do. So I need to even get to where I can see what's happening and what the threats are. Did we get any discussions of Moradin, i.e., if we see the woman, can we assume that she's her? Oh, and Don just posted, Thagor's action is, when Thagor gets to enter the throne room, he will shout, King Yongal, you have failed your duty and betrayed your people for this demon wedge. Get a hold of your senses and help us slay this foul troglodyte spawn.
All right.
So I kind of feel like I feel like there's probably some jazzed up spicy dwarf storming in by the furry bear butt.
That's undoubtedly going to go over well. That whole bit about the failing his people and its troglodyte wench.
So as folks start to rush in and you hear Thagor, there, Ruth, you look up and you see the woman. She smiles as the skin just falls away into this multi-limbed, winged, insectoid-looking thing with a wickedly long sword. And the sword has the same kind of waver around it that you guys saw in the places where the barrier was thin.
Of course it does.
So as you guys enter in, I will need everybody to make willpower checks.
Me too.
Yes.
It was almost a 16.
There's the fail.
Those of you that fail gain 2 points of insanity. But you can decide if you would like to be fast or slow.
I'll be fast this time.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, we have Bismarck and Sif on fast actions.
Give him Sif.
Oh. Sorry, Trevor, you said are you going fast or slow?
Yeah, I changed it on Sif, not the bear.
Okay. You're going fast?
Yeah, fast, yeah.
Oh, wait. Am I supposed to be on the courtyard map?
I'm putting you a little bit behind them because you stopped to pick up your arrows.
Okay. Do I still have line of sight to her?
Yeah, to her, probably not.
Okay. If that's the case, then I would like to change what I'm to a slow action.
Bismarck, the darts fly off and have no effect on her.
Oh shit. That's a problem.
What had no effect?
His unerring darts.
Oh, interesting.
Oh dear.
Magic doesn't work.
But they're supposed to be unerring.
Oh, they hit her. They
Oh.
just didn't do
Oh.
anything.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's an interesting scroll you gave me.
Right. Ruth, what would you like to do?
I'd like to take another swing at him.
Okay. "13 is a miss. It just glances off that armor with a resounding sound. And you guys notice, those of you that are in Seth can see him too. He's wearing this absolutely gleaming plate armor, and it's got like these runes that are lit up on it, 9 of them. They kind of light up like Godzilla's dorsal fin. Jinx, Sif, Thagor.
That can't be good. The glowing, that is. Sif is going to move forward, and she's going to aim at the Moradin
Okay.
with her bow. She'll mark her as prey.
Ooh, 19 is a hit.
And I get an extra die of damage for the marking.
No, you get an extra die of damage unless you want to make an attack against the chieftain as well.
Sure. I'll do that. So 8 on her for damage.
Okay.
And then on the chieftain, I'm guessing I can't mark 2 things as prey.
You cannot.
18.
18 misses. He gets that shield up and it just bounces off harmlessly.
Damn. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay, that would leave us with Jinx and Thagor.
So far our attacks are just bouncing off of her.
The arrow sunk in.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That gives me some hope. So pew pew with the arrow here.
And 11
I
will
would like
miss
to
her.
not roll for shit, please. Apparently, I'm a little shaken by her reveal, and that threw my aim off.
Apparently, yes. Thagor. Thagor said he was gonna hit the demon, so he's gonna charge towards her. He can't quite get there. I'll say he'll probably throw his axe again. He's done that before. 16. 16 actually misses her, so he throws his axe and it just like glances off of her carapace. Her turn. She is going to thrust her sword through Thagor. This is probably going to hurt. Ooh. Why is my damage not written properly? It does not do quite that much damage. So Thagor is only going to take 6 points of damage, but gain a point of corruption. He's still got a bear to fight. That's only going to be a 12 to hit a bear. Which will hit. For 6 damage to the bear. Everybody can decide whether they would like to be fast or slow. Jinx and Bismarck and Sif can give me a perception roll.
There's the big roll.
Yeah, everybody got that one.
Alright, so the three of you notice, like, when she struck Thagor with this sword, you saw like these black lines start to like crease up his neck.
Like something might be trying to taint him.
Yes.
That's great.
Okay, everybody's decided if they are fast or slow.
Yep.
Okay. Bismarck, Sif, Thagor, and Ruth are all up.
I want to go at the demon. Is that okay?
If you move away from him, he will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just a big ball of hit points.
So it's another 5 damage.
That's the first damage I've taken, isn't it?
No, he hit you last time as well.
Do you remember what it was for? Because I must have missed that.
6.
So that's 11. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
still. I'm 19, and then I can transfer my normal self.
Okay. Right. So you run up and take a swipe at the demon.
Yes, please.
Okay, 22 does hit. So 2d6 damage.
Yeah, working on it.
Bismarck and Sif. And Thagor.
Get him, Sif.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm going to mark her as prey and try to shoot her.
Okay. Thagor, like, as the bear kind of swipes at her from behind, Thagor takes a swing at her with the with his warhammer. A 12? No, a 12 misses her.
Yeah.
Bismarck.
All right, I'm going to use spell recover.
Okay.
Gives me healing equal to my healing rate, which is 6.
Okay. And you recover a spell.
I will relearn explosive turrets.
Okay. Her turn, since she was on fast action. She will swing her sword at the bear since the bear hurt her. That'd be a 31 to hit a bear.
Imagine that hits.
That damage is not right. Oh, that's a bunch of ones. 1, 2, 3, 8 damage.
To the bear.
Yep. And you gain a point of corruption.
Uh-oh. All right, so I'm down to 21, so one more hit or two more hits, and I'm going to start turning into a normal human or whatever I turn into.
Young Gull, he was on fast actions. So he is just going to run over towards you guys. That brings us to Jinx on slow actions.
I'm gonna try shooting the evil lady again.
Okay. She does seem to be susceptible to conventional weaponry.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
28 is a good solid hit.
That was so teasing not being a hit. Okay, so 1d6 plus 3d6 and a second attack.
Correct.
Sometimes I miss not doing like bonus for hitting a nat 20, but I still I like the bonus damage from bones. Another 11.
So 16 total. All right, that definitely caught her attention.
And oh yeah, also, how long has it been since we encountered the bug people?
Not quite an hour.
It's been long enough that my shield dropped. That's all.
Yep. And you do have your second action.
Yep, I'm rolling right now.
Oh, perfect. Ooh, 23. That's a hit as well.
Do I get any extra dice on that one?
No.
Because I rolled over a 20. That's why I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, not unless you have a boon. That's what kicks off your things.
I did not mean to click dirty tricks. I'm sorry. I was looking at things.
No problem.
Right. Okay. Another 4.
Oof. She's actually looking pretty hurt from all of these arrows. Arrows and a warhammer to the head and claws. She's actually looking pretty dinged up. Next round, everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
Speedy.
Right. So Bismarck, Sif, Thagor, and Ruth.
I'll do the same as I normally do.
Okay.
But not this time.
Not with a 9.
Stupid corruption.
Yeah, and you can feel it. You can feel this darkness starting to take hold on you. Sif, Thagor, and Bismarck.
And
Come
then
get 'em, boys.
I'm going to try to shoot her again. Mark her as prey to do so. At least in
Right.
theory.
Yeah. Well, once you mark somebody, they're marked until you mark somebody else.
Oh, perfect. 19?
19 is a hit.
Oh, good. And it does the extra because she was marked.
So 10. Oof, she is looking so bad off. Bismarck.
Do I
I'm
not get
gonna-
a second shot?
No, because you did the extra d6 damage.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm just going to try to sit this dwarf down.
Okay. Bounces off of his armor.
Okay.
Now Thagor. Thagor will limber up the axe. And only roll a 12. She will live for another turn. She will use a triggered action. So yeah, she just like poofs out of one place and poofs into the next one. And then will swing her sword into Sif.
Ouch. Doing way down here. Can't be good.
That is a 17.
Oh. My defense is a 17.
Oh, so she will hit.
Uh-oh.
19 damage.
Damn.
Oh. Okay.
And a point of corruption.
Sif is still upright, but she looks like she'd rather not be.
And young Gull is going to... Well, he may as well swing his sword at Bismarck. Since Bismarck's right there.
I have a triggered action.
Right. And zip out of the way.
And do my celerity thing yet.
Some of those things, I know you have that, but they don't, so.
I get you.
That'll take us to Jinx. Demon just materialized right beside you.
That's a yikes. We said we can just switch weapons, so if she's literally in melee range, I might as well swipe instead of shoot.
Okay.
So. I'm apparently very startled.
Very startled. So startled. Yeah. You turn around and it's like, oh shit. And you like kind of fumble as you get your scimitar out. Next round, everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
Stay fat. Stay lean. Lean like bear.
Bears are not lean.
Not if they're healthy, no.
All right. So Sif, Ruth are the only ones on fast.
Let's claw this thing.
Well, if you're on fast, then you can move to her, but you wouldn't be able to claw her.
Oh, well, I'll move. What about the king? Is he still around?
He's down there where she is.
I'm going down.
Okay.
You'll have to move me, though.
Yep. Okay, Sif.
I'm gonna try to shoot her again.
Okay.
I think.
You do have a...
Yeah, I'll...
You would have a Bane because she's in melee with you.
Okay. A healing potion is...
Triggered action, so...
Okay. So I would set that up now for next turn.
No, you can use triggered action on your turn to, like, hit yourself with your injection needle.
Oh. I would like to do that.
Okay.
Because being at 29 damage sucks.
So that will heal your healing rate.
Okay. All right.
Right, what would you like to do for your action?
Oh, I didn't realize I could do both.
Yep, triggered action. It's like a bonus action in D&D.
Okay. In that case then, yeah, I'll shoot her. She's more of a threat.
So there will be a bane.
And there will be a boon because she's still my thing.
Yep.
Prey. So it just cancels itself. Oh, that was bad.
13 is a miss. So she is going to get to go again. So she will attack Steph again because she knows she almost dropped you.
Yeah, we're. Yes, I get D&D references now. Oh dear God, that's a big number.
So that is 15 points of damage.
Ouch.
Well, that's assuming a 31 hit.
That's assuming a 31 hits.
Yeah, maybe just a little.
And another point of corruption.
Oh God. Okay. 15. God.
And young Gal is tired of this bear. He gets a 23 to hit a bear. For another 7 on the bear. And then that will bring us to Bismarck and Jinx and Thagor.
Sorry, how much in the bear?
Another 7.
All right. I get one
Get
more
him,
hit, then I
Thagor.
turn back.
Yeah, I need her to die real soon.
Well, Thagor's not helping you any, so it's all up to Bismarck and Jinx.
Damn it.
I've been trying.
Get him, Jinx.
All right, yeah, I'll do another swing.
Okay. And
Fuck.
we're at that point.
Here we go again.
Uh-oh.
Bismarck, you're up.
He'll move. And I'm going to use augmented attack. That should hit.
Yes, that does hit.
For all damage.
That's on her.
Wow.
Yeah.
1.
Has no effect.
Really? I expected that was going to work.
This wasn't one of those situations where we left them with 1 hit point.
Well, she's immune to magic then, as opposed to...
Seems to be.
She takes half damage rounded down.
You only needed 2.
I'm in the wrong spot, boys.
Oh, you and me both. I don't want to be this close to her.
Alrighty. Next round. Everybody can decide they're going to be fast or slow. Dagger can go back to fast.
So bad.
Okay. Bismarck.
God, you chose fast.
Bismarck and Ruth. You guys are up.
So I can attack this time, right?
You can, yes.
I'll attack the demon.
Okay.
Can I pray this time?
I don't see why not. It doesn't say you need to vocalize to pray, unlike casting a spell.
Well,
so.
I will vocalize, but I'll do it in bear voice.
Yep. 17 on her is a miss. Just barely a miss.
Barely.
Barely.
That's terrible.
Bismarck.
I'm just gonna stab her with my tail.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Dagor. Dagor is going to attack the... He's going to attack the demon. An 18. Just barely hits. But... So yes, so with a mighty swing of the Warhammer, Thagor brings it across the demon, and it just dissipates into goop. But then the goop just dries up and kind of blows away like sand. At which point the dwarf chieftain is going to turn on Thagor.
Uh-oh.
I really hope that would have stopped that spell.
Yeah.
But
Guessing the runes are a problem.
15 will miss. That'll bring us to Jinx and Sif. And you can see now the dwarf chieftain's attention is completely, utterly focused on Thagor.
Well, I would like to get farther away from him before I try to shoot him.
Okay. Yeah, you're not in combat with him right now, so that's not a problem. You can move around.
I would similarly like to get some distance, though I will try what we did before. I will try to see if saying anything will help, which was, sire, she was a demon herald.
Yeah, he is completely unreasoning.
I think I need you to.
It's okay if it fails. I have to try.
Okay.
I'm going to try to shoot him,
Okay.
marking him as prey. I'm apparently distracted by pain.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Right. Jinx, yeah, you try, and by the time you're done, you're like, the way he's standing, the way he's breathing, you can tell that he is so far gone that there's no getting through to him.
That's fair. Tegan did not expect this to work. Jinx had to try.
For sure. And everybody can decide if they would like to be fast or slow.
I'm going slow.
Okay. Right. So, Sif, you're going slow as well?
Yeah, just in case he comes at me.
Okay. So that'll be Bismarck and Thagor.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. Unerring darts. Perfect. So he's going to take 7 from the darts. So it's 20. and 25 from Thagor. So almost in conjunction, like with one of you in front of him and one of them behind him, like he's like laser focused on Thagor. And Bismarck, he launched the darts and they strike his back, and he kind of like arcs backwards in a considerable amount of pain from the damage from those. And as he does, Thagor brings the warhammer around into his midsection and then up into his head, and basically just between the two of you, you manage to drop him.
Thagor was shouting, according to Dawn. With each swing, Thagor was shouting, "You failed your people, you've disgraced your clan."
Nice. So yes, so the demon has been dispatched back to the void. The chief of this dwarven city lies dead at your feet. The 300 or so people that were once in the city have dwindled down to about a dozen. But I know it's getting late for people, so we'll call it there. We'll deal with like kind of the fallout from this. We'll just talk about it on Discord. But the adventure itself is completed. So when next we play, you guys will be level 6.
Nice.
Nice.
And how much healing happens between now and then?
All of it.
Oh, thank God.
It's part of the reason why we don't do the like day-to-day adventuring. It'll be like a couple of weeks before your next thing, depending on where you decide to go.
That whole being at... I have 4 health left.
I don't
Oh,
like it. Oh, and just before we go, those of you that have picked up corruption, which I think is Thagor and Ruth and Sif, I need all of you to roll d20s.
I just want to say that I'm fucking around with the book, and you all have more corruption than I do.
That can't be good. Like...
Alrighty. So good news, bad news. Good news is for Thagor and Ruth and Sif, your corruption is not having any effect on you yet. Bad news is it does not go away. It is
Want to read my book?
It is a.
I don't think that would help.
It is a permanent stain on your soul.
Terrifying fairy tales. No. Pass.
But I know it's getting late for some of our players, so
I'm gonna gather up my arrows.
no problem. All right. So have a good night, folks.
Thanks a lot.
And,
Thank you, everyone. Thanks
I
for
will
the people that are watching. We'll see you all next week.
See everybody next week.
Cheers.
Night.
Thank you.